cannabis use correlated with lower rates of obesity reported by normal. Although correlation is not causation, when two events repeatedly occur together, it starts one thinking on how the two events might be linked. In this study, researchers from Brigham Young University assessed the relationship between cannabis use and obesity in a nationally represented sample of 736,000 participants. The results were not surprising. A previous study from France had noted that the proportion of obese participants decreased as cannabis use increased. The authors controlled for socio-demographic characteristics, including age, ethnicity, educational level, marital status, and tobacco use. It didn't matter. There were less obese cannabis users who smoked at least 3 times per week than cannabis users who only smoked once per year. In this study, the study was repeated in the United States with a much larger sample size and had similar findings. There's also a dose-effect relationship between cannabis use and BMI. The lower the BMI, the higher the cannabis use. The study used data from a survey of U.S. adults 18 or older from 2016 to 2022. The prevalence of cannabis use doubled during the study from 7.5% to 15%. The increase corresponds with the shift toward legalization in medical and recreational cannabis. The prevalence grew 81% in recreational states, but only 9% in medical-only states. This study also noted that despite sociodemographic characteristics such as employment status, tobacco use, marital status, and certain medical conditions like arthritis, depression, and asthma, there was less obesity among current cannabis users. Other studies had previously identified an association between medical or adult use laws and lower rates of obesity. As well, there were studies that noted a link between cannabis use and an increase in physical activity. The number of participants surveyed in this study was very large, which gives the study a lot of power. However, because of this correlation, because this is a correlation, we can't say that using cannabis causes one to lose weight. When I ask my medical cannabis patients, hunger or the munchies, the #1 complaint. Oh, lost it. The munchies don't appear to be causing people to become obese. This study also highlights some important underlying factors of cannabis, because cannabis has many variable active constituents that improve many symptoms, such as pain, disordered mood, sleep, and poor sleep. The fact that it increases appetite doesn't necessarily mean that it increases body weight to an unhealthy level. So have that ice cream or chips, but also try to have some healthy snacks like sweet fruit and crunchy vegetables. Either way, cannabis is reducing your stress, which might be the most important factor to staying healthy. So do you get the munchies? And is there a certain type of cannabis that causes the munchies? Have you gained too much weight using cannabis, or are you just right? This is Dr. Jean Talleyrand with High at 9 News.
I've lost so much weight, Look at Jason, prime example. He's done nothing but smoke the best weed in the world every single day, all day long, and he's lost like 800 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Boom.
2 weeks, man. This year would be more appropriate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen.
Math.
So yes, I get the crazy amounts of munchies, and so like I kind of have to use self-control, which is possible. So I mean, I think you can be stoned and still have self-control, unless it's Oreos, right, Rico?
Well,
yeah,
I think
if you just don't smoke at night, and that's how I control my cravings. So if I don't smoke at night, I don't eat the Oreos and go to and just pass out on the couch. If I smoke during the day, like, I burn that shit off, and I don't really get the munchies. What's up with that? We need to do a study on that, Dr. T. I don't get the munchies as much if I smoke during the day, but if I smoke like at night, I eat the whole damn kitchen.
Yeah, I just make sure to have strawberries and watermelon rather than Oreos and chips. That's all.
Yeah. That's right.
I think it's all about the snacks that you choose more than getting the munchies overall, Dr. T. You know, if you're gonna go and eat a whole bunch of fat boy snacks, and you're gonna turn into a fat boy, and that's just what it is.
At the end of the day, though, calories are calories, and it doesn't matter if your calories come from the fact that you ate 8 million grapes or you ate 6 Oreos. Like, those are still calories. And if you're at a caloric surplus at the end of the day, it's just diet.
I'm not buying.
We understand, Jason. You don't have to
that's not different.
There's other things. It's not just the calories. It's not just the calories, you know, in those nasty foods, you know. So,
so a lot of times when you get hunger signals, you're actually thirsty. And so the first thing to do when you get the munchies is drink 16 to 32 ounces of water. Water actually assists all of the processes, all the chemical and biological processes in your body. So you'll be, number one, using the primary form of medicine, which is water, to make yourself feel better, and be canceling out a lot of those hunger signals with just good old-fashioned water.
Mm-hmm. Steve Blassingham in the chat, he says that munchies are mind over matter, so be strong.
And Benson said that Ozempic runs. I feel like that.
He said Ozempic runs.
Ozempic runs, bro.
Oh man. You know what? We're gonna roll into our next commercial. Good job, you guys. We are keeping this on time, so thank you guys very much. We're gonna roll into our next commercial. We're gonna be right back.